Okay, my opponent's main claim was that the Electoral College should be banned. Her first subclaim was that the winner-take-all is unfair, and her second subclaim was that the popular vote doesn't always win. And her last subclaim was that the direct popular vote is better and should be used instead of the Electoral College. And going back to her first point was that the opponent states that the Electoral College favors the smaller states, and I feel that this isn't completely true because according to a quote that I found in the Electoral College Primer of 2000, it said that the states enjoying a higher than average advantage in Electoral College that year were the larger ones with the most Electoral College votes. Note that this finding is in indirect opposition to the broad assumption that smaller states have a greater advantage because of the Electoral College. Longley and Pierce also declared that those states with the lowest amount of clout in the Electoral College are typically those that are argued to be favored by it, including Maine, Montana, Nevada, Utah, all of which have 5 fewer electoral votes. Also, the smaller votes, or the smaller states, can have a big impact on the way that an election plays out, but by having the larger states, you actually can use your voting power more. And then on the Electoral College website, they said that simultaneously through voters in large states have more power through voting potential because they have the chance to affect a large amount of electoral votes with their raw vote. As presidential historian Alan Lichtman explains, you've got to have a majority of 270 votes in the Electoral College to win, and you accumulate them state by state, with large states like California having the lion's share of the Electoral College votes, which is stating that if you have more people come out to vote, then it can impact the election in a different way than the smaller states in the Electoral College. The Founding Fathers also called the Great Compromise, and they meant, the Center for Voting and Democracy states that the small states were given additional power to prevent politicians from only focusing on issues which affect the larger states, and the fear was that without this power, politicians would only focus on big states and major cities. So therefore, they're getting awareness out to the smaller states as well so that they go out and they know what's going on with the election. And then going to my opponent's second claim, the popular vote doesn't always win. My opponent mentioned that the program rocked the vote, and I feel that this is irrelevant because it doesn't really have anything to do with the popular vote. And this is because she mentioned that it's keeping people away from going to the polls because more people think that their vote doesn't count. But it actually does count, and it says that the larger states are said to be an advantage themselves because of greater voting potential. To explain voting potential, imagine a hypothetical situation in which two candidates are exactly tied in a state, and there's a single voter left. And when that last voter casts his or her vote, it has the potential to decide the winner in his or her state and the allocation of a huge mass of electoral votes. And this is from the Electoral College Concerns. And this just states that when you're in the popular vote, it doesn't matter how many people are going to the polls to vote. It depends on what they state. So even if you switched over to the direct popular vote, you would still have the same outcome of people coming to the polls to vote, and it's the ones that do come to the polls that matter. And then she stated that the direct popular vote is better, and Sorry. Okay, that's all. Sorry.